Live, on time, on point, coming to you free of charge. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, 215th Enough About You, the Enough About You program. Featuring the Nick Standard Penny Competition, Sounds Sweeney, Biscuit Play, Able Safe for the Medium, Motivators, got to pick my name later, 3 people, 2 attempts, 1 dream. Broadcasting's finest train wreck. Enough About You is a Corey Dom easy presentation of YouTube, iTunes, all the other tunes available from every coast to every coast. And now, deep fried with take 1, take 2, take emote. All right, everybody's going on in chat. He is Terraria's. He is Relogic's golden boy. He got 250 subs at once and crashed his damn computer. And
500.
He has an item in game.
550 subs.
250 at once was the clip that I saw. That was Red crashed.
It kept going. It kept going. It was one. It was 500 from Relogic, Red, and Food Barbarian.
That's insane, man.
But even on top of that, did you see that I was on Livestream Fails because of it?
I did. Yep, I've been there before.
52K views. Yeah. Oh yeah, you have been. As you were experienced with that.
Yep. That happens.
Hey, Ellie.
And it's crazy. Overnight that happens. As the Asia Pacific crowd gets a hold of it and the European crowd gets a hold of it, stuff starts to happen overnight.
It was an attempt to stab with a run. This is true.
Yeah, for sure. That round. So what they were probably thinking was, I'm just going to distract him with the most crazy thing he's ever seen.
And then it actually started lagging.
And then actually started to chug. And
then they were like, wait a second. I think that's the coolest feature. Afterwards, I was thinking to myself, man, I wish I could make that into a thing. Like, if you gift a bunch of subs, you actually slow down my frame rate, like on purpose. Because they were loving it. Like, they were into it. So
hey. Let me tell you, I will just, without getting into detail, chat able to sabotage the person on screen's game is a big
they like
effing
It gets
deal.
them going. It gets them hard. Let
me tell you, my Tuesday nights are off the chain. Everybody has the greatest time except for me.
Yeah, well, that's yeah. So you have a great time in the pocketbook, though. So
yeah.
There's a give and take, right?
I did unlock another emote slot, and Shay was just throwing
Dude,
down
that is awesome.
That's funny because there's a bit. All your emotes should kind of either be inside jokes, kind of a thing that you uniquely share with your stream, or useful stuff that you can go say hi. Useful things that you can go, like a hi or whatever. Those are kind of nice things. Yours is pretty interesting because it's. You have a nice mix because there's the high or the love or the whatever, the hype, etc. That's kind of the generic set, and then your other emotes are very specific of hee-hee-ro-ro, paywall, dummy, right?
Dummy's pretty good. I have a mix. I don't like any of my emotes. All right, just gonna put that out there. All of them suck. They're all trash. They all need redoing. I do like hee-hee-ro-ro and
triple zero.
That's going to get removed pretty soon.
That is very...
We're putting our magic hat in.
That is a niche
that's
inside
super
joke.
broadcast. Allie only learned what 000 was like 2 days ago. That's how narrow.
But that's cool
cast
though.
Is. It kind of is.
The same time it took me to figure out the PP.
Yeah, kind of. Did you know that? Okay, so the reason I just thought about it, I can't remove 000 because one of the Relogic workers really loves the 000 emote and they use it everywhere, so I can't.
Freaking locked in.
It's locked in, right? I can't do it. Amanda loves that emote. She's constantly spamming in my channel and other channels, put 000s in. Yeah. So
hey, would you guys do me a favor? This happens on the MP3. By the way, we're recording it. We're going to talk to chat a little bit. Everybody from the MP3. Listen to it on audio later on. There's you can always catch this live. Go to twitch.tv/NFLU. Catch us live there. It's a good experience to be in chat. Not thanks for listening, etc. Chat, can you compare my audio level to Badger's audio level? Oftentimes on the recording, that's a little off.
So
and it's different from how Badger and I hear ourselves, which is different from the output.
We're in a new a new era of audio for my setup. So
good.
Your voice is broadcasting from Discord to a virtual audio cable, and then I have a program which is repeating that audio into my headset. Okay, so Discord OBS is taking the audio cable, virtual audio cable, and having it as its own bar. So you no longer are you associated with the game audio or the music audio in the background. So there's a separate. So I can move the bars up and down individually. So all 3 audio sources now in the stream are totally separate to me.
And that way you can play with all of them. That's good. Better control over all of them.
So I agree with your assessment that our audio is a little bit wacky. Now it should be more consistent minus the start today because it is a virtual audio cable. Also, my CPU is running this, which is hence why my it's under load. But I did just drop a little bit of money on a new piece of equipment or a new setup, so we will have some new gear by the end of the month.
Oh, good, good.
Anymore.
Good. Music's definitely loud, so yeah. So you may want
to. Is it better now? I turned it down. Is it still loud?
Okay. All right. Good.
You already sync tray refreshing, Nettie? That happens with bitrate sometimes.
Yeah, I actually had to refresh and I dropped the delay as well on my watching. So, release weekend. You want to take us through Friday to Saturday to Sunday and just tell us a little bit about how that went?
What do you mean? What happened?
Wait, did you do anything this weekend? Nope. Same week, same old, same old.
Same old, same old. What do you mean? What do you mean? Tell me about what you mean. Specify your question.
Oh, did you host? Oh, everybody do this. Sorry. Tweet and host, etc.
Oh, yeah, you need to tweet. I did the host though.
The tweet is up. I just need to. I should be hosted. There you go. Let me throw that tweet in. Everybody, go hit this up. Appreciate it. There we go. Okay, good. There's a game. So for everybody who is new to this scene, Terraria, I want to say after. It was 2015 because it happened right as Ash and I started streaming Terraria. Happened maybe like the second or third week or so. I guess it was August, right? Yeah. So July 4th was when we started. August 2015, it went to 1.3. And now, 5 years later, on almost Terraria's 9th anniversary, they've released version 1.4 Journeys In. So Relogic is threw down their final major update. That's it for content. That's it for bosses or features or all those other things. Everything else from here on out, reportedly, is going to be bug fixes and the finalization of that masterpiece. All right? No more content added. And so, as a result of Badger's accomplishments during the year, 2 significant things happened that are kind of on as a streamer is known for a specific game. 2 things happened that is really what you want to have happen on a game that everybody loves. Number 1, Badger received early access to the version before everybody else and got to stream it. There have been plenty of people, me included, who got access to early copies of whatever, but there was an NDA saying you could come in and be a tester, but you can't stream it. That is, and there's other ones that they say you can come in and do it, but you can't talk about it. And neither of those help your streaming career. The ideal situation is, hey streamer, here's early access, here's broadcast rights, and you can talk about it rights X amount of days early, so you can have exclusive content and draw everybody there. So it looked like you and a handful of other people got the early access. So who else got it?
3 people total. Myself, Chippy, Pedguin.
And Pedguin, that's it.
Boof was on my channel, so technically here 4.
Okay, all right. Did you see the other streamer, the 5th one in there, who was kind of got Kingmaker?
Yes. Cargo hit like the 10K. So Cargo had 3 hours early access, and there's a bunch of people who got 3 hours early access. Happy Days, Python, Game Raiders. There's like a long list of people who got Saturday 3 hours of early access. Yeah.
Okay, so they got it at 9 a.m. Central, whereas the main one drops for everybody at noon Central, right? Yeah, we had a show at 10 a.m. Central, right?
Right.
Yeah, Cargo got it, right? He had pre-launch countdown crew, very, very good.
Yeah, Cargo did great. Did better than me this launch.
Yeah, he did great, man. That's super good. How did your so what was your strategy going into to launch day? I mean, when did you start? When did they get it to you, and when did you start?
I had it the day before. I launched it for the first time that day, and
So
I was
you got
playing
it
it for
you
the
got
first
it,
time.
you got the download on Thursday.
Yes, got the download on Thursday.
right.
I didn't boot it up until Friday though, so I didn't touch it until the time of. I didn't touch it at all.
Right. And so the first time you click the play button is live on stream.
Moments before going live is when I clicked the play button.
Oh, just to make sure it worked.
Just to make sure it worked. And then and I did it.
Right. So for mine, I didn't do that. I didn't even do that. I loaded it in, and then I hit the button when I was first time on stream, and I got to hear the
music, this super loud music. Yeah, it was mega loud. Everyone's like, "Oh God, it was so loud to start." It's always like that. Yeah,
It was.
So,
It
so
was.
life.
But that's a new thing for Relogic. I didn't remember it doing that, and that audio blast was that new?
They've redone all the audio, like everything.
All the audio.
Redone.
Everything. Yes.
It's taking layers. It's totally. I mean, like it's almost like a reworked from the bottom game. Like they redid sprites that they didn't need to redo. You know, like the panic necklace.
Right.
It's not, and then the panic necklace, and then
assessment.
the combine for the honeycomb for the panic necklace that no one ever used got a rework. It just got redone. I mean, they just went through to every single sprite that they thought was subpar and redid everything. I mean, the code has been changed pretty massively. It's when I was telling people it's going to be a whole game overhaul, I was unaware how whole game overhaul this actually was going to be. So it's even more significant than we thought. Like 1.4, memes aside, is a whole new game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the code base looked like it changed a lot. Like, so to your example, we're finding things that they really did not need to be redone. And
new mechanics that are added to the game that didn't exist before, like trees being hookable.
Yes, trees being hookable, and your first axe swing on a tree produces a nut, or an acorn, or a wood, or a
totally
squirrel,
new mechanic,
or a bird goes flying out of it, or a peach, right? All that stuff, none of that needed to be in, right? I mean, think about that. What needed to have happened? Okay, they probably needed to fix duping, right?
The game was done.
What is neat? Right.
So people on Reddit are talking about how they were satisfied with the game when Wall of Flesh was the last boss. Like, how far does the content need to go for a $2.50 game?
Right. It really is. It's $2.50 game. Right. The mahogany tree got hit with bees. Yes, and got hit with bees. Right. That's how far it went. Right.
It's well beyond a patch for a game. It's not
for sure.
It's not saying enough to say it's just been patched. It's
right.
It's a new game.
And that's exactly what happened with 1.3. I mean, our comment very early on when we got 1.3, our assessment was, there's enough content here that it could have been easily a $5 DLC and everyone would have bought it.
I still feel that way. I mean, lots of people still mention this. I mean,
sure.
Obviously that's not their style. They don't want to do it like that. But if it was just Paradox, it would be 6 different DLCs that are $10 a piece of different parts. You'd have the Windy Day DLC. You would have the Granite and Marble Biome rework DLC. You'd have the Desert DLC. You would have the Hell rework DLC. You would have the Dungeon DLC. Like, so many different aspects of the game that have been reworked. These are all separate DLCs, frankly. The hilarious thing is the download for this update, even though it's so massive, and everyone's talking about how much content there is, like 68 megabytes.
It wasn't much.
It's microscopical, right? It's tiny.
It wasn't much. It was quick. Yeah, I agree. The swords being able to now the short sword, instead of going straight out, they actually can go a little bit up, and so you're not just completely screwed when you end up with a short sword.
The short sword's great now. That's a big change.
You know what else is great? Flails.
So total flail rework. Throwing items have been removed from the game. They're now ranged items. Lots of armors have been reworked. I mean, 47-page patch notes. We can go on forever to talk about the notes. But you asked me how the release went. It was fine. I was just playing Terraria. It was fine.
Playing Terraria?
I was just playing Terraria.
I mean,
I didn't do anything. I didn't do any prep. I didn't do anything special. I just did a normal stream that I would do all the time. Just like I did for GDQ, there was like no special deal. I wanted to represent Terraria well. I wanted to show the game off. I wanted to show Journey mode off. I wanted to show Master mode off. I wanted to make a good stream. So I didn't do anything. There's no difference for my streams.
Yeah, and in a way that's good, because the people that now come to your stream, they get that same thing.
That's what you're gonna get. All right, my consistency. We talk about consistency. My streams are basically the same streams every single time. Oh, so I did do one change. So we're going to do sustains and cons this week, yeah? Because last time we did our 5 fit tips. So one of the new things that I've done is I have started doing a 3-minute timer. Not even a timer, but just a 3-minute delay between on start. So I turn the stream on 3 minutes before I'm ready to go, and then I'm waiting on a little timer that I have personally to do. So I did do that.
Do you have a countdown? Is it a visible countdown?
No visible countdown. So I could take more time, I could take less time, but I usually do very short. It just says, be right back on the thing, and I have the new setup for this. And have you seen my new screen?
Oh, your offline screen.
No, I'll show it to you.
Okay.
So yeah, we had a little bit of work done on. Shoot, I went to my dashboard. We had a little bit of work done. I guess this is not going to show up well. Well, anyways, I have a new animated screen. A new, all new stuff all on my channel from design work, which is really, I really like them a lot. You don't see them super often though. I'm gonna work on making it a little bit more.
So you have your the ones I know is your be right back, your offline, and your office.
This is an OBS scene. Okay, so the office is gone. I've replaced the office with a new scene.
Okay.
So a designer made an animated background for me for stuff. So it's, pull up one of my streams and you'll see it. You're not going to be able to visually see it. I'm not going to pull it up. I guess I could pull it up here so that the chat can see it. But Spotify users are going to be SOL. This should show it. Little badger there. So this is the new start screen that we have. I like it. We're working on it though, because the bulletin board's gonna have things on it. The badger says things already, but we're gonna have to say more stuff. It'll be pretty simple to do once we get it going, but we'll see how it goes. And there's the chatting screen is a little bit different as well when I come on. Let's see if I can find it there too. So I've had a little. I did do that, but that wasn't. We lost cloud audio. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, chat. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. That's totally my bad. Okay, you should be back now.
Okay. All right. Good.
So we're doing. Sorry, this is. This clown was so shook. Did he shake? Did he actually shake? Okay, we're back to our thing.
I'll tell you. Yeah, it was good. The birds flying in the background. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, so it's meant to look high quality. And then we also had a redesign on the panels. So I didn't do that for. I deviated. I didn't really do that for 1.4. I was working on that anyway. This is something that I got looking into since GDQ was getting a new design and having a designer.
Huh. Dip over here and check out panels. Panels are interesting because they're not really visible anymore unless you're on the live screen.
They were just meant change for consistency, so I don't really care about the panels too much. I'm going to work on the panels still. They're still part of the, I go back and refresh them every once in a while and make them look different.
I guess your new color is yellow. They look smooth.
I think my yellow was always kind of the color that I liked a lot, and it kind of landed on this yellow, brown, yellow, gray kind of deal. And then there's also the banner on Twitter, the banner on Patreon, and the banner on YouTube as well has been changed. Banner on Twitch has been changed. We get new logos, which are pretty cool. I haven't used them yet, but we might have some merch with logo on. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, there's your Twitter. Yep, your Twitter logo, the splash screen on YouTube. Yep, all very consistent. Very good.
These aren't things you shouldn't be too worried about this, though. Honestly, it's something that we've redone, but it's not important. Honestly, I talk about how these panels and stuff and having like cool artwork is not as important as finding your place, knowing what you are, knowing what you're doing, consistency and quality of content, or consistency in content. Let's not even say quality of content.
Right, that's good. But then you did a normal stream, and you did on day one. Did you try a speed run, or did you just do some exploration?
We started with Master Mode Hardcore, died a whole bunch, and then we did Journey Mode with Boof, and then the next day, and then that was it. We did 6-hour stream, didn't put any insane amount of time in. I mean, it was a high energy stream, and then the next day I did a 12-hour Master Hardcore stream, and then the next day another 6-hour stream, and that's been when I've done. Yeah, I mean, we're doing YouTube as well. I didn't do anything special for this. Like this is nothing has changed a whole lot. It's just a normal. Yeah, Ped did like 26 hours. Chippy did like 11 hours on the first day.
Saw him. He and Chippy did. I think they both did a 24.
Did they? I think Chippy bailed out pretty quickly. Or
Chippy, I think
11
Chippy bailed.
Hours.
Yeah. That's still a while. But
yeah, so they were the forefront leaders on there. You know, I certainly have had an impact from it being there, or the release being on. I've gone from, I think the day before I was at 600 average. The day before that I was at 200. So there's a pretty big difference, and then averaging 1.5 day on the release day.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I know Ped did a ton. Ped did 26 hours, 27 hours, something like that.
Yeah, and I watched. I've checked in with Ped a few times. Spot checked him throughout the day, and he had 5 to 6K consistently.
I think he got to 25,000 or something, and then Chippy got to 52,000, 56,000 concurrent viewers.
Yeah.
So insane numbers, absolutely crazy.
Insane numbers.
My peak this event was 1.9 thousand, I think. 2,100. Sorry, on one of the days.
That's pretty good. And here's the crazy part about that: 1.9K was not in the top 5.
Right.
Co-Carnage.
Not even close.
Was on.
Yeah, tons of big names are streaming it right now, probably.
Yeah. I looked, and Terraria had 96K active, number 2 on Twitch. Number 2 most played game on Twitch.
Number 3 most played game on Steam as well.
On Steam, yeah.
So.
Badass, man. That's great.
Right. I mean, so Jason says probably better to be consistent right now and not get carried away with long streams. I agree. I don't want to get burned out. You know, there's other aspects of my life that are important. I'm not willing to do 24-hour streams. Doing a 12-hour stream is a fluke in the first place. 13-hour stream is a fluke. I'm not doing that. Like I got chores to do. I got house stuff to work on. There's still DMs to respond to, and I got to work on my computer. There's plenty more to do than throw my life away to.
100%.
Like I don't see it as a reasonable thing to do for me to do like 24-hour streams. This doesn't fit in my lifestyle.
Yeah, and it's they're a good one-off type of thing, but long-lasting impact of them. I don't know.
Is this a sprint or is it a marathon? In my experience,
yeah.
In my experience, it has been one thing. It has been a marathon. I haven't gotten here because I was doing sprints. Getting here has been about being consistent over a long period of time. To be clear, it's not bad to do 24-hour streams. I just don't think it would ruin me for a longer period of time. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted right now. There's a reason I didn't stream. I mean, I don't stream on Mondays anyway, but we didn't do a stream on Sunday because I was too tired to keep going. Like I just burnt myself out with a 6-hour, a 13-hour, and a 6-hour. It's too much already.
So well, yeah, and standing's a new deal, and you're I mean, what? To use your words, or whose words was it? Was it say it was someone we were rolling with at PAX East. Someone said, "Oh, it was Stu. It was freaking Stu." He's like, "Yeah, he's kind of a spaz anyway, right?" So
Stu called me a spaz.
I think Stu did, right?
Jeez, harsh, man.
He said a bit of a spaz, right? Check out the metrics there. I put Sully Gnome, Sully Gnome analytics in there just for the game of Terraria. You can see the last set. Just look at the 7-day chart is a great comparison. That's what you want right there. Bam. So.
Oh boy, 119,000.
Yeah. And I dipped in somewhere around 96. So by 7 p.m. it was at 120.
It's pretty nice.
125K. That's pretty good. And then prime time.
I think Relogic has done okay. They've done.
They did all right. They did all right.
I mean, they worked really hard at this. They really did. And I hope
they did.
I think that this is a weight off their shoulders a little bit, just to have it out there and have it. And how did it go? None of the pre-streams crashed. We had no problems. Everything went smooth on the day before. Everything's been going pretty smooth. There's been some technical trouble, as there always is in a release. We've had some people who have trouble with their keyboard working with the game. There's been some trouble with like frame rate messing up. There's been some flickering. I mean, there's like such minor things, but pretty much everybody can play the game. Huge majority can play the game, and it's doing okay. So, they've already released one hot fix to nerf me. Two hot fixes now they've released.
Wow. 01 and 02. Yeah.
Okay. Well, those are. I got nerfed live on stream. It was doom.
Oh, did?
Yeah. Red came into the stream ready to get, and he was like, "Hey, reload because the thing you're doing right now."
No.
And then I did it, and I tried to do what I was doing. It did not work out. So I actively live got a patch. So that's the thing that happened. So I mean, that's cool. Well, how validating does that feel to have one of the developers be in stream and be like, "Hey, we've been watching."
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
that's great.
Let's nix that.
Yeah, let's get that fixed. That's right. That's super good, man.
Ladybirds.
Yeah, I got visited by a couple of the Terraria devs too. Me and Ash were on stream for.
Nice. You guys got retweeted
got the kid.
I think it's
kid
your most
back,
successful tweet ever. You had like 10K views on a tweet. I want to say.
Yeah, and you'll enjoy this. Someone asked me when mobile version was going to be out.
Because they remember the memes, They remember you doing these things and joking about
it. Was a stranger. It was a stranger.
I think mobile this year should be your answer. It was a stranger, really? I mean, I get asked when console and mobile stuff is out all the time.
No, it wasn't US. I would have said US. No. Somebody asked me, so when's mobile going to get?
Yeah, it's because you joke about it all the time, so.
I did not recognize the name. Wes did ask, but it was someone on Twitter. I did not recognize the name.
And those questions are going to keep coming in. Imagine my mentions on Twitter with all of this going on. When's console coming out? When's mobile coming out? Updates on this. When's crossplay being added?
Yeah.
That's,
when are you going to have? When's Mac?
Mac should be fine.
Yeah.
I think.
I was. My story was a lot less. We did a throwback episode 300. Me and Ash got on there and we died a bunch of times because we suck at Terraria is what it turns out.
Did you guys play Master Mode?
No. We did expert mode. Died plenty.
Did you journey mode?
No, we didn't do any of that. We
just played the game.
Do a playthrough. Plenty of stuff to explore.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of new things. Just in world generation is totally different now.
Journey mode apparently is something they do for something that's really targeting. I really don't want to do the combat and all that business. There's some of that to do, but I just want to unpack the game and maybe.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Build a creative house. Is that what journey mode is?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Research.
Yeah. No, I'm
researching and duping.
I'm understanding what you were saying now. I've misunderstood your perspective, what you were speaking from. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, journey mode is like creative mode that requires you to progress. So rather than getting all the items all at once from your creative menu, you have to find a certain amount of items, research that, and then you can act as if it was creative.
Right. But then you can dupe a bunch of them, right? So you get one. Did they say dupe?
Did he listen to what I just said? Or did you just ignore
you research them, but then you can duplicate them as a
and then
right?
You can go to your creative menu and get as many of an item as you want.
Oh, okay. They're in your creative menu. Okay.
It's not, duplication, I suppose, if you want to. I guess they kind of call it duplication. It's weird because, we started with the duplication glitch, and it's almost as if Relogic was like, this is actually a really fun way to play the game.
Right.
Let's maybe put this in the game.
Right.
And they kind of, they tempered it in a way where you have to get 100 wood instead of just 2 wood, and you have to get, 10 heart crystals instead of just 2 heart crystals. Because it's based on value and stuff like that. So dupe glitch wasn't really necessarily removed. It's funny that you talk about it like it's dupe glitch, but yeah.
Well, the only reason I did was because Food Barbarian was in my chat. We were hanging out. We were cracking wise. We follow him on Twitter. Food Barbarian is, I guess, the lieutenant of head BFF of
right.
Red,
that's what his Twitter says. I have no idea who Food Barbarian is or why he's such a rad guy, but he's cool.
So apparently he and Red have known each other since 8th grade.
Oh, I see. This is why he's the head best friend forever. I see. Yes. I'm tracking. So I'm tracking.
Right. So they're just good buddies. And
he's like, here, Red, drink this. This is the guy who brings Red drugs.
Yes.
Is that okay? Is that?
Well. He did say because Ash asked, "Well, hey, what is your job at? What's your job at Relogic? What do you do?" And he says, "There is nothing that I don't do."
Okay.
Which is, so that means he programs, he QAs, he art,
Right.
he does art, he says anything Red asks me to do, I do. That's it. Okay.
Very well.
You see, it's
Very
it.
well.
And he says that and we get shit done. I don't know, so
It works, obviously. So,
which I thought it was very hilarious when I with a deadpan, straight face, just said, "Hey, oh, Food Barbarian, is this how do you dupe in this version?"
and then what did he tell you? He was telling you about Journey Mode. Did he take you serious or? ...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they told me that they already found a duplication glitch. But they're patching it, so they know about it.
Really?
They're gonna
Wow.
Check it out. So
Of course, if you're the third highest game played on Steam,
that means you have quick.
You have so many people trying for glitches. Population-wise, you'll figure it out, right?
Right, exactly.
You
And that's why release.
How many boundaries are you testing right now? All of them. You're testing all of them.
Every single one. You're pressure testing it, and that's what's great about release for this game is that Relogic wasn't just prepared for release; they prepared for aftermath. So it's wind down time isn't here yet for them. They're still working. They're still hot fixing. Yeah. If anything, the team is on red alert basically for everything that's going on. And they're actively being in streams, actively talking, doing all the things that made Relogic successful in the first place.
Yep. So we had a couple of Relogic team come by and say hi, and we rehashed some old memories. We got good tips, good subs. It was good. It was a good throwback day for me. It was out of the norm, I would say, because it was Ash is, I guess, now not the norm, and having him on stream, it was good. We got some stuff done. We made more progress. Got into the jungle and had some fun in the jungle on Sunday. It was good. 500 more subs for the new slot. Oh gosh.
Blake is reading my chat. Hi, Blake. People have been very generous during this, so we do have an opportunity this month to surpass once again. This year, I'll surpass my highest ever sub count, which I guess is just a thing we're doing nowadays, So we'll see if we get to that new sub goal. I'm gonna put my magic hat in our emotes because, duh.
Yeah, that's the right one. So when you go look at someone's emotes, so here's the thing we've kind of hit up before about streaming. You go into someone's emotes, and the emotes is only a measure of the maximum number of subs you've ever had lifetime. That's it. It doesn't tell you how much success you're having right now. It could have been 4 years ago on a single weekend.
Right, exactly.
Who knows?
You could have bought those. You could have put the $5,000 in and got 2.5 out. Or you could have been smart and tier 3'd it all the way up. Put the $5,000 in tier 3s and then gotten the 70% back. That's literally a possibility for these.
It's literally a possibility.
Does it mean something? It's kind of. Does follower count mean something?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, right.
Does even average viewership really mean is that a really powerful metric? It's kind of because there's Dizzy out there, right? Who's got a very Russian-based audience. So what is the turnaround on? So looking at it from a view of a sponsor, how effective is this person at showing my product? Right? It's all
right.
All these numbers
are
kind of
Dizzy. Yeah. So what you want is you may have 100,000 viewers, but the measure is if I put out a call to action, what percentage of those 100,000 will actually do the thing I asked them to do? Right. Which is either buy a product or visit a site or view this other thing or exhibit this behavior or click on this link or whatever it is you ask them to, or buy a shirt, wear the same shirt, right? That's really a better measure of what is your viewer count, what is your engagement. And there's an old adage that said, not old adage, I guess it's only the last 15, 20 years as podcasting has come about. If you have 1,000 committed individuals who are willing to support you financially, you can make a damn good living, right?
Yeah.
Or willing to, or I guess more importantly, willing to answer your call to action, whatever that is. Whether it's click here, buy this product, etc. If you have 1,000 people, you can make a pretty good living. So
that's right.
whether that's the only people that watch you and you have a high rate of engagement, like Warwitch, his viewer count his engagement is so freaking high compared to his viewer count, right?
Right.
His viewer count is way lower than most of all the baller streamers on Twitch, but his engagement and his success rate is through the roof. He's a complete rule breaker, right? He's probably on par with the Disrespects and the Carnage and those top tier streamers on the amount of when he says, "Hey chat, do this thing for me to support me. Do this thing."
They will.
His percentage of engagement is way higher.
I agree. I think it's super high. Which is a great. We use him all the time as an example. His engagement is absolutely breaker, insane. Right? And it's crazy with Whiskey Wish because he doesn't thrive on drama. He's not like necessarily doing brand deals with people to get promotion. Like he's getting his promotion pretty much from Twitch. Yeah, and he's not having like insane growth or anything like that. Like he's very different than other.
Puts on an amazing show, kills it. Yeah, but his engagement is off the chart. That's a great one. That's what you're really going. If there's a better way to measure that, and I suppose it's different than
it's hard to measure, impossible to measure almost.
Right. Well,
maybe
click through this link and hit and retweet my tweet is a level of engagement. That is a $0 click.
Something I do every day. So that's something I always try to do. I'm way more proud of 6,000 followers on Twitter than I am of 50K on Twitch. Really.
Then both. Then the other one is click through this link and buy this product, which is a level above commitment of you may not need this product. Buy this shirt. You don't need a shirt.
I mean, shirts are like almost need. It's very close to need, but not quite. Sorry.
Right. But at the same time, basically a click barrier.
It'd be like buying a coffee machine. Is even beyond that. You really don't need a coffee machine.
You don't need a coffee machine.
You really don't. You could maybe say
buy my alcohol. Click through this link and order a case of wine.
That's a great one. That's the tier of needs. I think clothing is kind of people rationalize it being on needs.
It's in the neighborhood.
Right. It's in the neighborhood, and then things above that are even harder to get. That's why clothes sales are so. Things like that, or merchandise sales are so significant.
Clothes sales are very at least doable. You can rationalize those as your hierarchy.
But buying a gallon of whiskey, a little bit less rationalized. Why am I buying this gallon of whiskey? It's got a 20% markup just because it's got Badger's name on it. That's kind of weird.
Right.
So.
Yeah, engagement. It's almost impossible to measure that.
And this is why I would say don't worry about these. Like I celebrate the follower thing. Getting 6K. I did a tweet today like, oh hey, we did the thing, celebrating it. Getting hype about it, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It's so I think that the stat that I look at the most for. I guess I talk about this all the time, is new followers. Getting new followers is great because someone had to navigate to my page and click that button, a new person. And then also my notification engagement rate is pretty significant. I like that. Yes. I like that a lot. Those
someone got your notification and
then they were like, okay, let's go.
Yes, let's do the thing.
That's a big deal, bigger deal for me than average.
Right.
I think that selling alcohol internationally, Jason, would be very difficult.
Hard. It's hard to sell in state because states have different. In the U.S., every state has different liquor laws, and some are
I'll sell the shirt.
Easy breezy. Yeah, some are easy breezy. Some are impossible to do, and it's also state A, like Minnesota, may have a problem with how you worded your label, but state B may be okay. Let's come on in, right? And then right.
Booth says that y'all did sell alcohol.
Can't have alcohol mailed here, and there's cross-state lines, and where can you ship it from? All that business. Yeah,
so Jogs did do alcohol, but I think they fought for a long time to get it to work, and I don't think it worked. It's something that they can say they did, but was the payout worth? Very unlikely.
All the headache and all the hassle and all the time, loads got broken, sent back, lost, but they do it. Right. So what is your ROI? Should we just put that same level of headache and effort into selling shirts, or should we do liquor again? Right.
I mean, I guess they like doing it. Obviously, they're doing it every year. So Manicate USA asks, what is a good number of notification clicks in terms of percentage? Something to keep in mind about of notification clicks on is that everything is super mega skewed. So think of a streamer who just started streaming, right? And they have 10 followers. They're going to get 10% of their follow notifications clicked on if one person clicks on it.
Yep.
All right. Now I'm at 50K, So for me, 1% is a lot harder to get. That's a lot more people to click on.
If he gets 10%, that's 5K. That's a record. That's a record day for his channel.
That's a great day, right? That's big deal. I mean, yeah, that's a record-breaking day for sure. That's insane.
A record-breaking day, right?
That's 10%, Blake. 5K.
Right, 10%. But one out of 10 is 10%.
Oh, sorry, I did say 10%. I meant 1. So 1% would be way more reasonable at 50K to get 500 clicks on. So to put that in perspective, though, I think I get about 0.9%. No, let me check. That's very low.
That's great engagement. I'll figure.
Yeah, my engagement is pretty good.
That's really good. Yeah.
Okay, so I got 146 engagements.
The longer you stay on Twitch, the lower that number gets.
The lower
because
the
I'm sure some of the OGs like Co-Carnage and those folks
are getting
are
microscopical amounts.
Microscopic, right?
The thing is, for my follower reach, I have 50,000 followers, 50,150 apparently. Only 12,829 even have notifications turned on. And then the ones that do have them turned on, though, I do have a 25% reach within that. So it's what your numbers look like. It's so hard to see. More than focus on what percentage you want to see, focus on the number of engagements going up. So look at So the big thing here is, what are you saying in your notification? Because you get to type it in, yeah? So every time you do a stream, you have the stream title, and then you have the notification. What are you saying in your notification? If you say a certain thing and it works better, keep note of that, because that's something that you want to keep doing. If it's not working well, then change it. So just look at number of engagements rather than percentage of engagements effectiveness. Yeah, a lot of people don't even use the Twitch notification. They don't have the Twitch app on their darn phone. Pretty much Twitch notifications only work if they have Twitch app on their darn phone, and only 50% of people have it on use Twitch mobile, right? And then you have the 50% of those people, or less than 50% of those people, who are even turning notifications on and responding to those notifications. So it's kind of like a weird. And then I have notifications for Twitter, right? Like I'm putting out notifications there for people, and then also Discord, yeah, right. And then a lot of times I do Instagram now as well. So there's all these different sources of there that are coming too. And then if you want to check that, what you can do is you can go into your details. Here, I'll show on screen. You can go into your stats, and you go to your details, and you can look at where your numbers came from in particular. And this is a great way to understand what's working and what's not, and who's supporting you. And one of my favorite things is views from channels during a day. You know, who rated me. Like Z1 gave me 38% of the views that I got from channels that day. And then also Admiral Brahu hit me with 4% of the views that I got from channels that day. You know, so it's weird to see where all that stuff comes from. So I think I encourage you to look at this. This is in stream summary and then in details for your views. Those stats, those views are the best way to find out what your engagement is looking like.
Yeah, and the greatest part about this is when Badger and I started 5 years ago, none of this was here.
Oh yeah, 0% of this.
Flying completely blind. And what we were looking at just there on that screen is
this beautiful.
Like, thank you so much. Beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous to have that stuff.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, thank you so much, Twitch. Like, so well done. We were just, I mean, there was no Sully. Think about it. There was no Sully Gnome. There was no.
We were using
Stream Hatchet.
No, there's another one.
Right.
Twitch. Man, it was the one where you could review your streamer. You know.
Yes.
Oh god, it was like one of the first ones.
Yes.
It was kind of like Twitch Yelp. Yeah. Oh god, what was it called? And that was Twinge. Thank you, Twinge. Yes, Twinge was the one I used to use all the time. And then there was a bunch of other competitors of Twinge. And then Twinge got destroyed as soon as I found Sully Gnome. I was actually using Twinge until last year, I want to say.
Yeah.
I was using Twinge. Twinge was okay, and then Twinge started dropping people who weren't over a certain amount. And then it was hard to keep statistics on me. Like I was still too low at the time.
Right.
So that's it's great to have these stats. It's great to be able to even look at these darn things because
thank you, chat. Way to go, Boof. Old school baller right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're looking at your stats, you had to have a source.
Yeah.
Like
That's really good, man. That's good. Yeah. Twinge was all we had, and Twitch itself. Twitch did itself no favors with its own analytics, right?
Well, they worked on it. So YouTube, man, YouTube was like stats. You get this stat. This is your click through. These are the different sites they're coming from. This is how long people are watching on average. Like they were like, oh, it's because it's Google was a statistic company in the first place, so they started a video watching site from a statistical point of view, and then they focus on those statistics for a extremely long time. So it's those are like, here you go, you can have these stats. YouTube is insane for stats.
It's insane.
Like you have
it's
stats
psychotic.
like how many people are watching your stream on 1 foot. What's the age range of the people who watch while upside down? It's like it's crazy.
How many people are watching your videos while signing divorce papers right now? Do you want to sell them something? Right. Do you want to sell? Do you want that dude who's signing divorce papers right now? Do you want to sell him a sports car? Good.
He could do.
Let's sell him a sports car.
Wants
he's free of that bitch, right?
Yeah.
Let's sell him a sports car. Let's get him a toupee. Let's get him. Let's sell him some liquor, and let's sell him a gym membership because he's got a new lease on life right now. There he is.
Yeah, he does. So Logi says that the follow dates have been removed when you click on a person's name now. Does anybody else notice that? That sucks. It makes me sad.
What does it say?
So if you click on someone in Twitch chat right now, you used to be able to see their follow age, when they follow, but you can no longer. Maybe mods can still see?
Chatty can. I just clicked on someone in Chatty, and you can.
Big Wolf Chris says showing for me. You clicked on someone in Chatty, you can?
Yeah, at the very bottom.
Gamer says, see, Logi, I thought you were BSing me. Other people can see it. I don't have my Twitch chat open right now, so.
Yeah, I'm just using Chatty, and you can still see it in Chatty, at least. Followed X number of 203 days ago, whatever it is, right?
Oh, I prefer the actual date over the arbitrary.
Yeah, followage.
Oh, I see. So they changed it a little bit. I think it's a non-issue.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big deal.
Exact data. Okay, there you go.
Sorry. Shitty following since 4 years ago. Nice.
Yep, 4 years ago.
I mean, yeah, you can do if you do extra follow age in chat. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
actually,
I don't know how to do that with my bot. I don't know.
Well, my bot does work, and it is here right now, but I don't know what it will do. I don't know if it'll give you follow age for my stream or if it'll work even.
Well, I mean,
hey, Laureen, by the way,
is exact date so important? That's a good question.
Is the bot working? Yeah, it is working.
I guess if you want to compare EPeen,
What? Dude, my bot has been.
But
otherwise
good. I mean, this weekend it's so think about what's happening here. Let me summarize the weekend for you. All of the weekend was really. For you, you did nothing different, right? So it was just a normal stream. Maybe you went longer than you would have, right?
A little bit more excited. The YouTube comments loved my initial reaction 1.4. They're like, "This is premium Badger. I freaking loved it."
Right. It is.
Yeah, follows tab has totally been removed. You can't even check someone's follows right now.
Followers?
I couldn't find it at least. I'm using Streamlabs bot.
Streamlabs bot. All right, I click on. Oh, okay. You just go to his page on the offline screen. You can see someone's. Oh, okay. Follow age. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this weekend was kind of a reward for all the stuff you have been doing all the rest from the previous several years. If you think about it, right? Speed running, taking Terraria to AGDQ, right? That was probably the reason why you got got early access, and the reason why you got a hat is because you took Terraria to AGDQ. The reason why you got to take Terraria to AGDQ is because you'd been doing all those just everyday speed runs, doing the thing, building the community, building the presence, all those sorts of things. Doing, to your point, doing nothing different. The reward is getting 2 hours in front of 140,000 people, right, at AGQ, and getting that opportunity to knock it out of the park. And then that one lets you have this weekend, which was your build to this weekend, which was early access in-game item, right? Because the same thing, if the Relogic developers are looking at the stats for Terraria and they're going, wow, what happened here in early 2019? This is a giant spike. And then Max comes in with That's Badger, right?
I'll never forget Max's line.
What the hell happened here?
Max is
and
like,
Max had to remind
you can
me,
see
by the way,
yourself
Badger,
in the sets.
That's you, dum-dum. TG dummy. That's you. And he went, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, there you go. So look at the 180-day summary. And so the payoff to the AGDQ was this weekend. The AGDQ was the payoff for the 2 years or whatever you'd been doing of finding the system and finding your everyday pace that gained the followers, gained the thing, getting that door open, which opened another door, which now you got an in-game item, which now here's the next one. Someone will see live stream fails or your YouTube. You just got opened up to another audience. And now here comes the next stage of there will be another door opened, or you'll go knock on another door. And because you've done all of this other stuff, that door will open for you now, right? And you get some other reward, right?
I mean, I see that, and this is great advice for everybody, right? Like this isn't. It's all about delayed gratification for sure. Like what's coming up next. It's not about what happened today. It's not about what happened during this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. To me, it's not at all. I wish I could tell you all. I wish I could say, I'm feeling great. It's amazing that this happened. I'm over the moon. I'm so happy. And sure, yeah, I feel the happiness, like it's great, but it's more. It's what's next. Let's keep going. Let's continue on, because it is not about just today for me. It's about the next day and the next day.
Right. If you do,
I feel like I should be popping off, right? Like I should be like so stoked. I just
not necessarily.
It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday for me. That's all it was.
Like, listen, let me do that for you.
Sure, yeah, you said it way better. When you said systems in this thing here, that you're right. It is what it is. I've established these systems that I'm holding on to.
You establish these systems so that when the door opens, and it will, or whether you knock on it, whether you're the one that knocks on the door or opens the door or kicks it open,
as I do,
as sometimes it happens.
Yeah,
as sometimes it happens. As those doors open, then you can step through them, having done all the work behind having done all that work, which is great.
We ain't done yet, boys. All right,
we ain't done yet.
We ain't yet started. Okay.
Right. And that's part of what my let's just go level 3 therapy meta on you. Part of what my role is.
Wait. Michael Ganetti says, "Don't eat the marshmallow." If anybody gets that reference, I'm proud of you. Because I talked about delayed gratification.
I know, yeah. One marshmallow versus 2. Right?
Okay, so here's a marshmallow, kid. If you don't eat this marshmallow for 30 minutes, we'll bring you a second marshmallow. And you can. There's such a strong distinction between kids who are able to like, yeah, I'll just wait for the second marshmallow. I don't give a crap. I want another marshmallow. And the one who's like, I'm not. Just eat the marshmallow right now. This is a marshmallow in front of me. I'm gonna eat it. All right. I'm the kid who's waiting on the 16th marshmallow. And I'm still like, I think I can double up again.
I think I double this shit up, right? Yeah.
So Blake's commentary, I think one of the best tips that you give is dedicate your life to it, because that's
be ready to dedicate your life to it, right?
From day one, it was I'm doing this. There's nothing else.
There's nothing. Yeah. I never thought of myself as I'm gonna be a viewer in this guy's chat. This guy's entertaining. Oh no. I'm doing that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a partner. I'm going to do that. Whatever it is.
Yeah, you're going to do it?
I'm going to do it. Yeah. I'm going to do that thing, right? And so here's another one, right? So thinking about what's next. The way I got into streaming, 2 things happened I think it was the same week. One, I was introduced to Lethal Frag. You can go out there, all one word, LETHALFRAG, Lethal Frag, because I was complaining to my buddy.
See how easy it was to explain that?
FTL was.
All right, I just want to point out to you how good Lethal Frag branding is.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right. Now imagine telling your buddies about Badger. I started on Twitch. I was watching this guy Badger. You can find him at twitch.tv/Badger. Now imagine TVG Badger. Tango Victor. Oh, I'm sorry. Blake is still on the fence about my name change. People. Okay, I had this thought earlier today. What do you think about having a website as a streamer? Okay, I'm just gonna encapsulate. My website is twitch.tv/Badger.
Yes. Right.
Okay. Anyways.
Right. You think about that. Do you need to go off-site for it? Like they offered me. I grabbed clowntown.live or clowntown.net or something. I don't know if I've done anything for it. I think I did
Like $1 million to buy
Badger.com.
Badger.com, maybe $100 billion.
I don't think anyone can afford Badger.com. Anyone listening to us can afford Badger.com
exactly.
right now.
It's multi-millionaire.
That's $4 million, right?
Badger.com.
Right. So the way I got introduced is I went to I was complaining to my buddy about how hard FTL was, faster than light, some game, and he says, watch this guy. And the same one, I heard an interview. I want to say it was Joe Rogan interviewed C9 Nothing, and C9 Nothing was C9 Nothing. This is his name. He's got great branding. Right. I know you're gonna. I think he dropped the C9 because C9 I think was his clan name, and it's now just Nothing with an N0, right?
Okay, that's okay.
But he got good and dropped out of college to go play Counter-Strike competitively and won his first tournament, got 100K, and then started streaming. And yeah, and he was talking about his journey of telling his parents, hey, look this is what I'm going to do. I'm dropping out of college to go play video games. And about how imagine that conversation, right? That's the worst conversation ever, you know.
As a parent that doesn't, I mean, at that time, even, you know, it was very risky.
Oh, he said it was
so.
He said it was late. He said it was like 99, where it was 1999 or something.
Madness, like absolute madness.
Counter-Strike 0.6 was out.
I mean, CS was huge at the time. Still,
CS was huge at the time, right? Everybody played it.
Comparatively to the gaming scene now, though, it's just like now the culture
should have said
evolved.
no. Like, no, you're not doing this shit. There's no way. Right.
Yeah, I think most parents would have said no, right? No, you're that's ridiculous to gamble your life in such a way. I mean, the people who make it like this, they have huge cojones. All right, they're like, I'm gonna do this thing. It's gonna happen. Right. I don't know what give up means. I'm just gonna do it.
Right. So he ends up saying, all right, I'm quitting college. I'm gonna do this thing. I think it was 99, 2001, but it was before Twitch existed, and he was playing competitive Counter-Strike, right?
Mm-hmm. I always want to say CS:GO also, but it's not.
It wasn't even Go then.
It wasn't global offensive. It was just Counter-Strike. Right. You know, 1.6,
it was eventually 1.6.
It was even 1.6 then, because when I was playing it was 1.6.
Right. It was pre that. I played the crap out of that. It was really, really, it went from 1.6 to source. Yes.
So this guy was playing on like 1.1 or something insane.
Right. It was 1.1. So
I hate Counter-Strike, by the way. It's a trash game.
And then Joe asks him, I want to say it was Joe Rogan. I can't. He says, well, you must be fortunate to have jumped on a game that has now lasted 10 years.
Yeah.
And he says, isn't your career then tied to how popular this video game is? And he says, yes, it is, right? He says, that's the rub, is now as a streamer and entertainer, I always have to be looking to when Counter-Strike starts to fade away, what is next for me, right? What's going to be next? And this was in 2015.
He said yes, and then he said no right after, sort of, because he's like, yes, the popularity of CS:GO does go up and down, it wanes, and I'm constantly looking to move on, but my skill, I mean, kind of the answer he gave is my skill set allows me to look for a new thing, though. So when Fortnite pops off, what am I? I'm a professional first-person shooter player. Are FPS games waning in popularity? I don't think they've ever waned in popularity.
I don't think they've ever waned. Right. They've only grown.
That's like saying water is going to reduce. No, I'm not quite that.
Right. But he was just saying that you have to be able to transition out of what you're doing and transcend kind of the platform cross whatever. So you either have to be good. Either you're a skill player and people watch for skills, or you're a good entertainer and people watch for entertaining. And he says, by the way, it was at the time, this was 5 years ago. He said, there's the entertainer streams do way better than I do. He says, I do
money-wise,
good. I'm a skill player,
but not view-wise, right?
Right, maybe not view-wise. But yeah, but he said they again, this was in the age of no analytics, right?
Right.
Twinge may or may not have been a thing. And I think I was watching this in probably, I want to say it was probably May 2015. So you had just started 2 months prior to me finding what Twitch was, right?
I mean, that's when I found what Twitch was too. I try to tell people this. I started cold. Like I never watched a stream. I had never interacted with a YouTube. Like I downloaded OBS and was like, I'm gonna play XCOM on stream.
I'm doing this right now.
Start stream. I set up a green screen. I mean, I did 6 months of prep, but all that prep was like, who am I? What is this? What does this look like? Where am I going?
Right.
Sort of deal.
But yeah, but I mean, this was, I didn't even know Twitch existed. It was twitch.tv. It was not owned by
So
Amazon.
I found out about 2 months before you that Twitch, because I tried on YouTube and failed, basically. Like I gave up on doing YouTube initially. It was just fruitless, effectively. I mean, I didn't have the skills to promote there. I didn't know what I was doing. Right. So, but Twitch was a lot easier to get started on.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So his assessment was, look, I do pretty well. His gig was, he says, what else do you do for money? He says, well, main is my channel. People come in, do support. People come in, do support, and they do subscriptions. They do the thing. I get some merch, a little bit in there. He says the second thing I do is I enter tournaments, and me and my clan are reasonably successful. I get a little money out of that. And he says, third, people pay me for individual coaching sessions. I charge them $75 an hour to coach their CS skills.
I've always thought about doing this because I'm like on the line,
That's what a skill player does.
I'm like on the line between professional Terraria action platformer player that could do coaching and being an entertainer. It's kind of back, like, because I think I could do coaching, right? It's definitely a possibility.
Right.
I don't know. And would people pay for coaching? If once in a blue moon somebody pays for coaching, that'd be still fine, right? $75 an hour for like a low key. Hey, here's how you shift click, right click. Do these things. How do you put armor on quickly? Badger is a very common question. I get,
And so I just said, so I saw a couple of games out there, and I said, well, and I said I'm already playing a ton of Terraria, and I've got this kid next to me who is adorable, and he's freaking hilarious. It was years ago, and he's hilarious, and we're gonna figure this out, because even the guy who's doing this as a career successfully, and he said, and Joe asked him, he says, well, how much did you make last year? Do you mind me asking? He says, like, what kind of a range? He says, yeah, most people in the industry don't. Most people in the industry don't make very good money. He says it's a very skinny pyramid. It's pyramid. There's a really tippy top, right? And he says, but I've made over 100K every year, pretty consistently.
I mean, that's where you want to be. I mean, making 100K every year,
X number of years, right?
There you go. You don't have to worry about money anymore, basically.
He says,
right?
but it's pretty cutthroat. There's when the economy goes down.
Pretty cutthroat.
Yeah, he said when a tournament gets canceled, I got to be ready to not have 20K that year, or something like that, right? Or
you need to have savings, obviously. I mean, but you're making 100K,
right.
You'll be fine, I think.
And he says that's 100K with no benefits.
That's true.
There's no medical with that.
And there's the tax that's going to get taken out of it as well. Yep. So there's
government do take a bite, don't she? And so I went, you know what? I've got a thing, and this was a skill guy making 100K going, all right. But he says I wish I've been working on trying to be a little more engaging, a little entertaining, and a little funnier, because those guys do way better than I do. And I went, oh, okay, right? Yeah,
I think that's a harder market, though. So, and I think
it's a harder market, right?
I don't know. To get into that is,
like list me off really quickly. List me off a bunch of funny people, and you could probably do it. Well, Badger couldn't because he doesn't remember names. But list me off a bunch of funny people. Anyone in chat could do it. List me off a bunch of people that I could go to get CS:GO coaching. Right, and you'd go.
Too very specific. I know some League of Legends players.
There's like 4 guys that I know. Oh, look at Ash. Look how young Ash is.
Look at you. Look at Ash.
I watched a video the other day from July 20-something, 2015. So we had been live maybe.
Oh, really?
Maybe 2 weeks. And we were in the underworld digging out lava, and it was the greatest. It was the greatest thing. Oh,
that's cool. Because that always be torching. Always be torching.
Yep.
People still give me West Dude mostly. Still gives me that.
Yep.
That's not a proof clown torching. Like I'm gonna laugh the 150th time he says it.
Yep. He's running into the goddamn ground. But yeah. It was great. We actually kind of gathered everybody around the monitor and as a family watched this thing from 5 years ago. Oh, so great. It's so great.
It's cool to have that archive, and that's my favorite thing about YouTube is to have that.
There's a presence and a moment captured that's not going to go away. I mean, it's going to be a thing, right? It's great. It's kind of like his gaming history and his gaming childhood is kind of captured, which
it's all noted, yeah.
It's all noted, right? Anyway, all right, a couple things.
Okay, I'm done.
Did you get a partner newsletter?
I did. I didn't look at it, though.
You didn't look at it? Watch Party's got a little bit of an update. I think affiliates can do it now. Anyway, Watch Party's got a bump. I did not even notice. I didn't notice the March or February partner newsletter. I think this newsletter is a new
thing. I think so too.
I think so too.
I get newsletters from Patreon. I get newsletters from YouTube, and now I'm getting from Twitch. I'm ignoring them all. All right.
Humble, you get it from Humble Bundle too, right?
I've unsubscribed from those.
You just ignoring them all? I'll look at the.
What could they possibly have to tell me?
Because of this.
I mean, Twitch is a drama fest right now. Anyway.
I look at the partner newsletter for this, right? Because we can talk about new features coming up and good ways to expand your stream and all that business.
Right. Well, you do that.
Watch parties are interesting to me.
You do that, and I'll worry about actually streaming.
Oh shit!
Sorry, that's not nice.
Yeah. Yep. But they got updates because there were some affiliates talking about, hey, we're gonna do a watch party, we're gonna do this thing, etc.
Watch party sounds super fun. I'm very interested to actually start doing it, and then for me to see it, and then I'll mimic you. I'm not doing it myself now.
Well, here's the thing that we need to be able to do is you and I fire up a watch party, and we crack wise on a video. That was our dream. We had that same vision.
Can we do that still? Yeah, I know. We won't want to do it forever.
You can't pause and crack wise. You need to be able to pause the video. Once we can do that, we can do everything we need to do.
Yeah, because we would pause for like 30 minutes. People start getting the chat like, play the video. They just be yelling at us.
Right. It'd be great. that would look. Check out our engagement. Hit that sub button and we'll resume the video. Fuckos.
Yeah. It's the first hour of my stream I usually chat, and invariably when you start the run. Are you going to do speedruns today?
You do speedruns? What's going on?
Oh man.
Hey. Just for that, I'm resetting the timer. Another 15.
Another 15 minutes. I try not to lose my patience during the launch week. It's so hard when you get. How many times was I asked the same question in a 30-minute span, man? So what are you doing right now? When is the update coming out for console? And when is the update coming out for mobile? There's just so many repeated questions.
Is this hardcore mode? Is it expert mode? Is it journeyman mode?
Where are you at in the run right now? That's a big one. Even it says in the title, like actively.
It says the title. What is this game?
And I definitely yelled at chat quite a bit during, and we banned a lot of people too. Very bloody. This release has been, and it's going to continue to be very bloody.
Oh, the funny part is I have a lot of patience. Factorio is a great game for me. I have a lot of patience. A lot of people ask questions. I answer the same damn questions about trains all over and over and over and over.
Yeah. And it's fine for people to have questions. And Jason says I know you can ban terms on Twitter. Can you filter chat? Yes, you can filter chat for any word, but I don't want someone to get timed out just because they said torch it. It's too difficult to filter things like that because it comes in so differently phrased.
If you say the word speedrun in chat, you're banned.
Right, and I mean that's not going to work out, right? It's a problem.
That means Max is banned, Shady's banned, I'm everybody banned.
And I don't want to just indiscriminately ban.
All your tier 3s are banned, right?
We have to handle it case by case basis. And my moderators, my Shady Lays, I always said, my Shady Lays have been doing a really good job of defending the chat. And it was once upon a time. It was I have to click on them and ban somebody, and now it's audio command bans. Can we please ban so and so?
Ban that guy.
And then I just believe that it happens.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. The sword protects you from being timed out by the bot. That's true.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, filtering chat. I could do that, Jaso. I could filter the words. The thing about filtering chat down in that way is that I lose. It's like having blinders on almost, because I need to be aware of what's being talked about in chat.
Yep.
Because things that if something is being said in chat that makes me uncomfortable, it's making somebody else uncomfortable. Is my conclusion on things.
Yeah.
So it's Yeah.
And it's best Shady Lady is perfect for that job because she has no feelings about anybody. Anybody who comes in the channel is just, oh, okay, you're gone.
See, I think that's super wrong. I think the biggest problem
sleeps like a baby right after, just no problemo.
I think it bothers all my mods when they have to ban someone. They don't like banning people. I think it's actually very difficult to get a moderator who's comfortable enough to actually go after bans. Because a lot of times it's like, that was really annoying and cringy. Do I ban this person? Do I give them a 24-hour timeout? And then you're kind of on the fence there, you know? And to be like, to make that decision, to make that play call in another person's channel is actually really, honestly, super difficult.
Right.
I hate banning people. Like it's the worst. If you get to do it unnamed, you won't like it. I promise. FG squared.
Yeah,
FG squared.
It is for that's kind of why you got to choose your moderators carefully. You know, they got to know what that decision is, right? This is a person who can't come back, right?
You deserve it, Wes, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't like permanent banning on first offense, Max Ray 4 says, but some definitely deserve. It depends. I like giving 24 hours most of the time. Because a lot of the time when someone's annoying me, I just need 24 hours away from them, and then I'm fine. But it depends on what they say. Like, if they're like, someone comes in and, hey, you're gay, let's ban them. No big deal.
Right, yeah, and I can always, and there's a vibe. It's weird. It's text, but there's a vibe. I can almost always... Someone comes
there is a
in,
vibe. There for sure is a vibe.
And I go,
that's the thing that's hard because you're feeling the vibe, but is the vibe enough of a reason to remove someone? Absolutely, yes. It definitely is. Can you convince yourself of that? I don't know. So Jaso's a streamer for a while now, and he says, I can't ever bring myself to ban people. Especially from this streamer chair, it's hard to ban somebody. Because I'm playing Terraria, and I look at chat, I'm like, I want to ban that person. I click out of Terraria, audio stops, I'm not saying anything. Click on someone, hit ban, the chat sees the line go away, or the message deleted, and then I go back to playing Terraria. Badger very obviously banned that person, right? And I don't want people to know that I've been banning folks. I don't want it to be a focus of attention. I don't want it to be part of the stream. It's so hard to do that. I would like to think that I can have anything roll off my back, no problem. It's such a hard position.
But at the same time, it takes attention away from what's going on, and then the aftermath is usually weird as well. Like, and then there's some commentary about, that guy is it?
Banned.
There's some commentary on the action.
Yeah. I don't want to focus on the ban. Question: do you have your phone number?
You just got to let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Question: do you have your phone number on the autoban list? No. That seems like a stupid idea. Did you guys hear that ban terms got compromised recently?
What?
So people could see ban terms at one point. I think there was like some Twitch bug that happened with that. That seems like a really bad. If people are posting your phone number in chat, probably change your phone number. And then if people are posting numbers in chat, like phone numbers in chat, just ban them. And it's like, do you have your address on the ban list?
Yeah.
Do you have your middle name in the ban list? Do you have your last name on the ban list? Like, how far are you going to go with this ban list? Like, is you going to get real in the details of your social security number on the ban list? The mods can see the ban list, by the way. You might want to be careful with that.
So what? You have all family members?
Like all their names, all their addresses. Right? It's a rabbit hole there, Mojo. Like, I could see why someone might do that if they're ultra paranoid. But I think that level of paranoia is actually inhibitive. Yeah. So, ban every combination of letters and numbers. Oh, man.
Right. Put silly stuff on there. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, just ban everything. Oh, God. It wouldn't... oh, my God. You had Dab on the ban list.
We did have Dab on the ban list, yeah.
That's actually a very, very good one. I wouldn't mind that at all. I wouldn't mind that at all. Yeah, I don't like the ban also because, okay, here I don't necessarily mind banning someone who's earned it, right? I don't mind that at all. I'll go, all right. What I'll usually do.
Does it not bother you? Have you ever had to ban a longtime community member?
No.
Never had to ban a longtime community member.
I don't think so.
You're not a real streamer.
Wes,
I'm gonna start a new podcast at the same time with a real streamer, Blake. We're going to call it Enough About You Sucks.
Look, okay. I had a great. I don't recall. Yeah, I don't think so. West dude is probably been there for most of them, but I don't think I don't think I've ever banned a long time. They ban themselves. That's usually what happens. They eject themselves. There's a couple of them that said that I ran an ad. Me remember the guy who I ran an ad one time, and I
banned him.
Sorry, No, he banned himself. He says, "This is the last time I'm watching because you ran that in."
I timed that guy out. I remember.
You did?
And that's how I lost my mod sword in your channel.
Oh yeah. But he ejected.
You know
himself.
why I banned him? Because the vibe from that guy was wrong.
Yeah, he had a vibe, right? And yeah,
Blake, you actually taught me a super valuable lesson that day. Was to trust my moderators no matter what. Always back them no matter what. Because so Mega Man last stream, he banned somebody, and I was like, why did he ban that person? And I thought to myself, doesn't matter. I'm gonna trust my moderator to do it. I don't have time to do so. Moving forward, he got a vibe from that dude. Ban that guy. Not a big deal. Not gonna engage with it.
Right.
C'est la vie.
But was he a long time community member?
I didn't even look. I saw a ban from Mega Man Reborn. I just moved on. I didn't need to second guess Mega Man. I didn't need to go back and investigate it. Why do I have a moderator there? Why did I promote someone to moderator if I don't trust them?
Right.
Pause for dramatic effect.
Well, same reason. I think I did something. Okay, I did the same.
You Badger, bad. Shouldn't have done that ban. /unmod, TVG Badger. That's fine. I could handle it myself. It's okay. And I've done the same thing to one of my moderators before.
To me.
To you, I think to you, to other people, If they did a ban I didn't agree with, I handled it right in the moment. And I shouldn't. It was wrong of me to do so. I've learned this.
Because you did that to me because there was a dude coming in who just wanted to spam the F word.
And the thing is, I wanted to argue with that guy. I wanted to fight with him. I was in Jason's position where I don't like banning people, and I'm going to engage with this thing and get trolled basically. And I didn't trust my monitors to handle it.
Right.
This I still feel this way. Mega Man, you're banned.
Right. So this dude. So in my case, this dude came into your chat. And he started just doing FDF, FDF, and I'm going, this is useless.
I remember you doing it. I can't remember what the guy was doing, but
he was just, and our conversation afterwards was that guy just liked to type in chat. And I said, yeah, but chat doesn't matter at that point. If anyone just gets to type whatever they want, then your chat doesn't matter.
I think the thing about this is it doesn't even matter what I think.
This was years ago, but our tenet was,
it was a long time
chat
ago.
matter.
Make chat matter.
It was a long time ago.
It's because I was salty. It's because I was in a bad spot. It's because I wasn't thinking right that I did that. This is the reason I disagree with you straight up. It was just not. It's so easy to do this too. For me, it's so easy to get in a bad position. And can you post a click? Yeah, go ahead, Lori. So you were right. I should have trusted you. I should have had your back. Should have been like, Blake, you were 100%. You were in there in this spot, and you had the vibe check there, and I didn't.
Yeah, I'm sure he got himself banned the next day, if ever. I mean, he would get.
I don't know. I didn't unban him.
This kid was cruising for a bruise, and he was a kid, and all he liked to do was type the F word in chat.
Cruising for a bruise.
Right.
Jason. The thing about it is, you're gonna hear this advice. You're gonna have it inside you, and you're gonna drop it. You're gonna lose it, and you're gonna have to pick it up again because that's how hard it is to internalize it. What is this?
By the way, similar to this clip about geopolitically.
Okay.
There was the country of Chad in Africa had a civil war going on like a couple years ago, and they split Chad into two places, and then
Chad
they started arguing about the name. Who is Chad? Which Chad is the real Chad?
That's a very Chad thing to do.
That's a very Chad thing to do. And they kept arguing about who is the real Chad. And they're going,
I'm the real Chad.
I'm real Chad, right? And I said, oh, no, was it Chad? No, it was Sudan. It was Sudan. It was Chad and Sudan. Sorry, I get those
Chad is way better.
Yeah, those countries that are pursuing their space programs, they're all the same to me.
Well, having made the shot at space program, I recently learned that the United States is not capable of launching people into space. Only Russia. Russia is the only country on the entire planet that can do so.
They shut down NASA. They're revamping NASA. I remember that. Right.
Weird.
So it was Sudan. So there was Sudan arguing back. I'm real Sudan. Who's real Sudan?
You're Chad. I'm Sudan. I'm Sudan. You're Chad.
Sudan. And I said, wait. If one faction separated from Sudan, wouldn't they want to have their name fuck Sudan? Right?
Sudan sucks.
Sudan sucks.
Sudan is an awful place to live.
There's Sudan and fuck Sudan, right?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your flight to Sudan Sucks. Today it'll be an hour and 30 minutes, and we'll be landing at Fuck Sudan Airport.
Yeah, there's Sudan, and there's Kiss-My-Ass-Sudan, right? I was going, why are you arguing over the name that you just left? Like, leave it. Make something new.
The branding. I need the branding. We have Sudan.com, and we want to keep. We don't want to pay for a new domain. I don't want to deal with a new name. They're rebranding. Imagine
Twitch.tv back to Sudan.
Sudan.
I want to keep the Sudan.
I need to keep it.
It's a valuable URL. Instagram.com/Sudan. We got them all. I don't know.
We got them all. I can't drop Sudan at this point. My Instagram career is just taking off.
Look, if you Google Sudan, you're going to get that. Look at what happens if you Google Sudan, right? Oh, my goodness.
Well, okay, so Lori Lama says, by the way, banning a long-time community might seem like a bad idea, but in the long run, it's for the greater good. I had a guy smoking weed during my streams. I had a conversation with him and asked them to stop because the vacation was not following. And that was a tough decision, but he left. And this talk was a good decision. He was smoking weed while watching you, and you asked him to stop? Why?
What? No. It wasn't that he was smoking weed. It was that he would smoke weed and then type some shit in your chat or get inappropriate or do some stuff. It's the doing the stuff. It's not the smoking.
Was this? I want to know if the smoking was the problem because I'm going to start a new rule.
Unless he was off screen doing
yeah, was he in your house off stream smoke?
Was he in your house? Was he next
hey, Lorene,
blowing smoke on you?
Hey, Lorene, you got some food? He was talking. Okay, so he was being disruptive in chat is the real problem. He was getting intoxicated. That's the real problem, right? He was talking not listening to you anymore, and then okay. All right, that's a lot more. That
makes sense. Okay.
If you're high right now, you're banned. Get out. Get out. I'm calling the cops. All right. It is not March 20th anymore.
That is 30% of your viewers are gone right now. You're going to drop from 50K to 32K right now.
You think so?
Now.
You think so?
Guarantee it. I guarantee you. Yeah. It's April, by the way.
March?
420 is
April. Oh God, I don't know. Month. Stream's over. Okay, sorry. Jeez. Oh, Kurt just affected himself.
Let's do the internet corner, and then we'll get out of here. I'm gonna paste you this link. Man. Okay, check this out. Vegas is one of my favorite things to observe because it is the extreme in get it done in the name of money, where it pushes right up against the border of human rights, right? And
Jesus Christ!
Look at the new tables. Look at the new conditions. Look how far the chairs are. Okay, number one, the chairs there used to be 12 chairs around that table, right? 12 of them. Now look how many players can be there. 4 players and a dealer. That's it. Look, it cuts into a third of the action.
So is this I guess this is a protected dealer mostly. So if we think about this,
and the chips, right? Because you could cough on. They get to handle the chips.
Well, I think the dealer comes in contact with more people than anybody else in this situation. 100%. Yeah, right? Yeah, and he touches more things. So getting the dealer infected is the scariest thing. So I like the glass panes is actually very interesting.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
So this is happening in Vegas. This is in a casino in Florida, but this is happening in Vegas. They're retrofitting all kinds of stuff. A bunch of stuff is going on in Vegas. Now, from the relatives who have newsletters in Vegas, right? So my family has a long and historied past and storied past with the town of Las Vegas. Starting with 2 generations back.
Dude, the world is madness right now.
Some of those people in my family are now no longer are not allowed to be in Vegas anymore.
I see.
Because of
over an age or just the restrictions
because of their behavior. Because of their behavior, they're no longer allowed to go.
I see. I thought. Oh, right. I see. Okay.
Right. Okay. So but there are some of the rest of our family who have embraced this thing as their ideal vacation spot, right? So we get those newsletters and they were sharing these with me, and the slot machines, they're not moving them out. Every other one is shut off, and the chairs are taken away. So that's your personal spacing. So right off the bat, half of the revenue streams are not even able to be coming in for a casino. So it's every other chair is on, and there's no 2 chairs that are sitting right next to each other. So you can't. So the ladies that come in and sit in chair number 1, move chair number 2 out the way. Yeah, why can't you be normal? They sit in a chair. They move the other chair next to them out of the way, and then they scoot over in between so they could run 2 slot machines at once.
Those ladies are in it. They're like, yeah, Oh no, they
Let's
can't do it
this.
because they're shut down. Or are they shut
Right.
down?
They're shut. The chair is gone,
And they're
so
shut
they
down.
don't have to move anything out. But machine number 2 is off.
Oh man, that's
Is
too bad
off.
for them.
Right.
I feel like the casino. So I just realized that we didn't
Masks
describe
are
what this
required.
looks like. So we're looking at a picture here with men sitting around a poker table. There's 4 of them, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's a glass pane that circles the table in between.
Right.
Kind
It's
of the
like
dealer
it's as
and
if
the
a
table.
hockey rink.
Yeah,
It's like making
yeah.
a hockey rink where it's up about waist high is where they can set their arms, and then about the same level of a hockey rink ice the plexiglass that you can see through in a hockey rink goes up into the sky above their heads. And so they sit down, and right in front of them they can see the table, but they can't breathe on it because there's a glass pane maybe 6 inches from their face.
And then
Right.
masks are required on top of this.
Masks are required. Every exit is now armed with a fever detector, where with 2 scanners, and they said they will be scanning everyone for temperature as you come in.
Well,
That's their new opening plan.
okay. Sure.
And if you have
It's-
fever over 98.6,
I
want
want to say that that's ridiculous because the issue is the 2-week incubation period where you have no
Yes.
symptoms, obviously. But at the same
Right.
time, is it hard
Right.
to check? I think that you're going to spread more germs taking people's temperature if you're
Maybe.
not careful.
Yep. There's
then
interaction,
you are going
right?
to be saving people from being sick because who's coming to like, man, I'm really not feeling good today. I'm going to go to the casino. I mean, who's doing that right now? Idiots, obviously. And I guess, you want to protect against people who are stupid, who are backward. That seems kind of inane, the temperature
Right.
checking thing. But I guess they
Right.
they want to try to do something. Will it
Masks?
hurt? Will it help? I'm not sure. And
Yes.
masks, who only recommends masks if you are actively sick?
Kind of. So N95 masks, like it looks like this guy on the near frame, it looks like he has a sealed N95 mask. Those are effective for both of them, but the majority of masks is for a sick person not to get it on someone else. That's a majority of the cases, right?
I think
Here-
pretty
here's
much
the other thing,
any
masks are
covering in the mouth
required.
is going to work. I don't think
Quote,
that there's a
Except
laser
if you
thermostats
are,
would be great. They don't have to touch.
Oh, no, okay,
But-
so masks are required. This is going to get you. Except if you want to, quote, take a drink or pull off your cigarette. So you can have your mask on most of the time, put your mask up, puff, pull it right back down. No problemo.
Yeah. We're adapting, all right? I don't want to get upset about this stuff. It's because things are
This is
changing.
why Vegas is
right?
so great. This is why Vegas is so great. They will do whatever it takes to get that money right up until, okay, well,
People
what's
start
the-
giving
what
us
is-
lawsuits, basically.
Right. Health.
No, it's all about money.
It's all about money. It's not about
'Cause
your health or
even-
protection.
Right. It's
Right.
it's
because they would not have the booze or the
exactly.
cigarette provision if they cared about health. Right.
So these steps are only to prove to a judge that they were reasonable in their precautions to allow people to come in. That's
Yes.
it. That's as far as it goes.
and to make sure that the revenue stream keeps
coming.
going. Keeps going. The machine must keep going at all costs. The Vegas machine has to keep going. That's right. That's why they're all 24/7. That's why there's all free flowing booze to lower those inhibitions. That's why there's no clocks. That's why the floors are fugly, right? You can't even, you only look at the floors. You want to look up at the machines. You want to look up at the lights. That's why the lights are always on. That's why you can get anything, anytime, anywhere within the city limits if you have the money. It has to keep going.
I think that this is really good to look at.
When this thing first went lockdown, we shut down, all the hotels emptied. One of my postulates that I kind of jotted down was this may be the end of smoking in Vegas, right? Because of masks. That's what I thought. I thought to myself because Vegas and cruise ships and bingo parlors are the last places you can smoke indoors. That's the last place on the planet, and last place in the United States anyway. Europe. Everything's an ashtray. You can smoke anywhere you want, right?
Everything's an ashtray.
It basically is right. Beef confirm. Beef confirm. Confirm. Smokes everywhere.
There's plenty of people from UK. You don't have to call beef out.
She'll tell. I know. I'll get an honest opinion. I know. I'll get the right right stuff.
Always real beef is. So
Yeah,
I think
she's real.
Confirmed. I think that
Confirmed.
this
There you
is a great
Right.
indicator of where things are going. Right. This.
Right.
I think it's sort of like the Vegas is like the comparison of Pornhub to
Yes.
online stuff. You know,
Yes.
like the way
That's
that
exactly right.
the way that casinos go is the way that the rest of the world will go. If it's working in casinos,
Yes.
it'll work everywhere else, kind of deal. So seeing
It's a
this
wonderful
happening,
parallel.
Right.
Yes.
Seeing this happening is kind of an indicator of what's happening in the world and the cultural changes that are
Right.
going on. So that's why Blake wanted to bring this.
Right. It is an exact. And who is better on analytics on planet Earth on the internet? Pornhub. They are number one. Maybe Google, but Pornhub has tip of the spear, razor sharp analytics.
I agree. I would put Pornhub there because they
gotta know.
They get more traffic.
There's no
than
barrier.
YouTube, right?
There's no barrier.
There's no barrier.
What is privacy? What is all?
What?
There's no
they don't give a
barrier to
shit,
where
right?
we
Yeah,
stop with these analytics.
we
no
sell
barrier.
dicks and pussy in this. All right, we'll do anything. We don't care. They have
we'll
like
do
no
anything.
limit. They have no limits.
There's no limit.
Right.
There's no couth limit.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
There's
That's
no
what it
polite
is.
limit
It's
for
like there's a
analytics,
politeness, the couthness that they don't
Vegas
have. I
is
love
the
it.
exact same way, but for real life.
But for real life, yeah.
We're gonna do. Look, we're gonna be honest about what we're doing here. That's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna have
because of the type of
analytics.
people.
We're gonna have facial recognition. When you come into this casino, we're gonna know you're here, and we're gonna track your ass all over the casino. We got all those things, and as soon as you sit down the machine, if you are on our whale list, there will be a dude there to shake your hand and say, "Hi, Mr. Town. We're glad to see you. I saw you come in. Let me know if you need anything. Whatever you want, let's do the thing. You need smokes, right?" And the fact that you can take your mask and do this
and smoke
while you puff on a cigarette that is probably going to kill you. Statistically, it will kill you faster than COVID will, because the age at which COVID, the average age of where people die of COVID is higher than the average age that people die. Let me say it again. The average age of where people die of COVID is higher than the age of where people just naturally die.
From cancer,
it's
from heart
people,
disease, from the things, that the
traffic accident, for cancer, all that other stuff.
Right.
But it's that is the average age. Now there are cases of all this of all the other people dying of COVID, like the 32-year-old healthy nurse will get it because the viral load was too big. There's all these other deaths in New York, and some of the more the northeastern states that are unexplained. We don't know if it's like weather, or it's community related, or it's elevator related, or it's public transport related, right? Or why they go. I got a bunch of theories, and no one really knows. No one really has a lot of.
I haven't read any COVID news at all for weeks.
This is a great microcosm into what's happening with everybody else and what's happening with Vegas, because Vegas will absolutely write those exceptions in to keep the machine rolling. And I thought, well, for sure, if you're guaranteed, you have to have a mask. There's no way you can puff, and there's no way you can swig. Nope.
Wrong.
We're gonna write that in.
Fine.
No problem.
It's fine. You're good to get drunk.
Cigarette all you want, and chug that whiskey down because your liver and your lungs, no problemo. That's up to you.
So funny. God dang it. Like, what do you got going on this week, man?
Ah, man. Twitch. I knew you'd like that. That's
That's great. I think that's a great parallel. Super good.
That's great. Yep. And they are the Pornhub of real life.
They are. That's
Twitch integration base tomorrow. If you want to blow up my base, I made a bunch of progress last time, kinda. I at least got some stuff started. I launched negative 249 rockets last time, so I'm in the hole. Yeah.
Oh,
your
I see.
face
Wow.
is the confusion on your face is accurate.
Okay.
So then Wednesday night off. Wednesday nights, I do a family night with the movies. I tweet that out. So if you want to watch along, you can do that. I rated Dizzy Disaster the other day, and he says, "Clown, thank you so much for the host. By the way, I wanted to tell you something of yours that I enjoy so much." He says, "I enjoy your family movie night tweets, because what I do is I put out the synopsis, a one-liner, and whatever IMDb is, what year it was made, who it's starring, and then I copy pasta a picture of the Rotten Tomatoes rating. And then once we're done, I usually comment about it and usually do a quote from the movie when we're done with it. So I do it at the start, I do it at the end. So
do you do that as a reply?
As a reply, yeah.
When you do your reply, retweet your own reply, because I'm never seeing the replies. I didn't know you were doing that.
Done. I will. And the rating of my fam, yeah. And we usually give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, like all 4 unanimous good, or 2 up, 2 down, right?
Okay.
So that'll be Wednesday night. I take off that with the fam, and we usually do a movie, and we actually have a movie list that we go through of the movies that kids need to see before they leave your home. Like in order to be a good functioning adult, here's a list of movies you need to see. The Matrix, like Indiana Jones, you need to see. You need to see those. The Die Hards, up to 3, and then stop. Right? Up to 3 and then stop.
Up to 3.
Right?
Christmas movie, by the way.
Right. You need to see all that. It's in my bot. It's in my little general thing. It's in my chat. Exclamation point SFX or exclamation point movies for Ash or whatever. It all goes the same list. It's in one of those tabs, and we add to it and we subtract from it. We argue about it all the time in chat. So that's Wednesday. Thursday, Friday is Factorio and the normal stuff. Next weekend, Sunday, Saturday is Terraria with Ash. We had good numbers and good times and good stuff. And lots of good interactions. So we're going to go throw back to Saturday, Sunday. And that's when Ash is most free. So you can come in and join me. And everybody loves seeing Ash. I had a bunch of old folks come back once they saw their followers from the way back. It's 5 years ago.
The Wayback Machine.
Followers from the way back came back and said, hey, welcome, Ash. Hey. It was a great little family reunion. We had some visitors from the Relogic crew. It was a great weekend. So I want to continue that. Ash had a great time. And Ash is saying, hey, comes up off air and telling me, don't play on the Terraria server. I want to make progress with you. So he's into it, which is a good indicator.
That's important for having him. Yeah, exactly. If he's into it, probably audience is into it too. So.
And I started an hour earlier on the weekend, on Sunday, just to get going because I wanted to get live and in case we can do enough about you, whatever. And he had to do some stuff off air. And he's like, you're starting without me. No, he was mad at me for starting
livid.
Early. He was
furious. How dare you?
Anyway, so he's into it. He's digging it. So it's good times. What do you got going on?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'll be live probably. I don't have anything crazy going on. We're doing Master Mode Hardcore still. We're gonna try to complete that. Dying just for content right now. Very easy Master Mode. I got my hat in the game. So we're gonna focus on that.
Your hat in the game. By the way, congratulations. I didn't tell you. That's huge, man.
That's all right. NBD.
It's
you know my
huge.
favorite thing about the hat is actually the Easter egg. That is sick. I love the Easter egg.
Look for the next. Say my congratulations. I'm anxious to see what door that's going to open for you.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess I should put it in my Twitter profile that I have an item in Terraria. That's a big flexy boy. That's a big one.
That's a big flex. Yeah, do it.
You know what's crazy? It's just called a Badger's hat.
Badger's hat. That's right.
And Chippy got Chippy's couch also. Cool stuff. Anyways, I don't have too much crazy going on. I don't have super plans. I might post a schedule tomorrow, something like that. I'm going to be relaxing because I am absolutely exhausted. I think the only time I've been more exhausted from stream or more exhausted ever in my life was while in the Army. Like, because I had, after Sunday, I had a moment where like my adrenaline wore off and it hit me super hard how tired I was. And I have that level of tiredness is like super, super rare. Like, physical and mental exhaustion to an extreme. So I'm taking it easy, okay? Like, this is a marathon, not a sprint. You'll see more Terraria content from me for sure.
And this is good. This was an easy one to do. I kind of had to begrudgingly get Badger to come on and talk about it.
I didn't want to be here, okay? I could have taken Monday off for sure. I did this as a favor for Blake because I love him.
Yeah, and it's good for you to think about. I had some stuff to tell you, but I wanted to tell Ben
I wanted
as well.
I wanted to talk to you. Is basically what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
I wanted to have a 2-hour Discord call with my boy.
Some of the meta around this weekend and just.
I need more time. I need another week to because I got therapy on Wednesday, and then that'll give me. I'll journal before that, and then I'll have time to decompress on that, and then probably next week on Sunday I'll actually have stuff for you about how things went and stuff like that. Hey, Jason, we appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for watching. You're amazing. Thanks for being parts of our life. You're incredible. Blake is gonna start streaming right now.
I am. I'm gonna do this thing.
Okay, right. So everybody stay motivated. That's the most important thing. If you're motivated, you can do anything. Don't let anybody tell you anything different, especially not yourself. Stay awesome. You're already awesome. You're here hanging out with us on Enough About You. That makes you awesome in my book. We'll see you next time. And remember, wash your hands.
Wash your hands, baby. See you. All right.